friends, we're back. We're Black and Curious. I'm Kendrin.
What up? What up? What up? It is Deja. How y'all doing?
Hello.
Child, this pollen got me itching like a crackhead.
Okay, if you've never been here before, welcome. We do a cross section of pop culture in real life, and today we are back with some Bravo updates. We love these episodes. Y'all love these episodes. So if this is something you're interested in, go ahead, subscribe to our channel and like this video in advance. Let's get into it. Bravo, listen,
Got a
the
lot
people
going on.
the people have gotten just absolutely relentless about these cash shakeups. Wow. Wow. First, let me start with whoever's coming back. So Kenya apparently is coming back to Atlanta, but she's the only one.
But
I
my
heard
thing is, was
Drew.
it ever a question that she wasn't coming back?
I heard Drew, and especially with Portia coming back. Portia needs a foil, and Kenya's the perfect foil. So
But they don't beef no more for real. Not
no,
like
but
they
they
used
have
to.
it's the energy. Like they have the a kind of like I don't know, like
The
they have a back
cattiness.
and forth kind of energy. So like even if they're friends, they're gonna have like a certain energy together. So it's either
True.
gonna be explosive or it's gonna be a great time and a lot of fun.
I know Sheree is no longer a full-time cast member. I think they're bringing
No,
her back as a friend. And I'm like, how many times are they gonna do this to this lady?
I don't think she should come back at all, honestly. Um, I
I
heard Drew
mean,
maybe circulating a little bit to
she gotta come back because that's Portia's homegirl.
also didn't the season end with her having like the cliffhanger with what was going on with her and the girlfriend, the alleged
Yes.
girlfriend and Ralph.
Yes.
So she might have secured her own future with that little storyline at the end.
That's what I'm saying. Cause like literally all that happened like right after they wrapped the reunion. They was
Mm.
running to the courthouse and carrying on.
Yeah, yeah.
So
So that's it. That's
that's all we know that's coming back. But I also wonder if because I saw some like rumorings around Fallon having a lot to say about Portia, and I wonder if they would bring her on as a like a foe for, like create some beef.
she still don't have
But
that
my
much
thing is
to me, she don't have enough personality.
we never got to really see her to know whether or not she
We
had personality.
we saw enough. And I follow her on Instagram, so I know enough to know that she
No.
does not have the type of personality that's going to live up to the Atlanta that they are trying to create here.
Well, so much for that idea. But
I mean, I think it would be worth it, especially because the storyline with Simon and all the things kind of started on
mm-hmm.
the show. So I think it would
Mm-hmm.
be worth it to kind of circle back to it. But as far as her being like a full-time housewife, I don't think it's necessary. She could come on as like a friend of whoever they're casting next. And I'm sure that they're considering that as they make selections for whoever's going to be on the cast. Like who could bring Fallon into the mix to get some shit started.
Right. And I feel like honestly they're gonna have to do her like they did Quad. They only used Quad for Married to Medicine. They used Quad so that they could get that
Oh
storyline off
yeah.
the ground for Dr. G and his child bride.
Mm-hmm. Well, she's not a child bride. Let's not say that. She's significantly younger than Dr. G is, but she is a 30-year-old woman. So I don't I don't want any problems. I don't want any problems, okay? Um,
I'm not saying well, I mean,
you
is
did
it
say child
offensive when
bride.
no, I'm not I know that. But I'm saying like is it offensive when you say it about black people?
I
I
don't
know
think
like
so,
when
but given that Crystal's top of mind right now, and that's where we're going next, I'm gonna just say not. Maybe we should.
right, that's what I was like, but I'm not talking about Asian people. I'm like, is that offensive?
Even
Y'all let me
still,
know.
I
See, this
kind
is
of
why I be
don't.
saying I'm problematic.
Even still, I'm kind of like, maybe we got to say that part. She is significantly younger than he is. However, I would not qualify her at 30 years old to be a child. Okay.
She act like one. I'm sorry. Go
Well,
ahead.
that's maturity. Mental maturity is not the same thing as age. We all know that to be a fact. So,
Amen.
all right, we're right there. Like I was saying earlier, Bravo is getting absolutely brutal with their recastings. Crystal's out on Housewives of OC. No, Beverly Hills.
Beverly Hills. which is crazy. I'm like, what made her decide to leave the show? I'm
I don't think
curious to.
she decided to leave. From her statement, it seemed like she was not asked back. Hmm.
Damn. I mean, she gave us some razzle dazzle last season,
Did she?
and well, I mean, with her and Anne Marie, that's the only razzle dazzle we got, and Anne
Anne Marie
Marie
is
is
gone.
gone. Hell, Anne Marie was barely there.
Barely clocked in.
Woo,
So,
child, ghetto.
Crystal didn't really have smoke for much of anything else. I mean, she and Sutton kind of, but I don't know. I just didn't think Crystal had the personality for it. She just seemed kind of, I don't know. Some people, listen, whether you like them or not, I feel like some people are a little bit maybe too classy for this show. Like they're not going to get down in the gutter like you really, well, not in the gutter because I don't like gutter either, but like they're not going to get down a little bit in the mud and get kind of messy with it. So I
Mm-hmm.
don't think that she has the temperament for this show, is what I'm saying.
I mean, but she was on the right cast. They didn't really have no temperament to be. I mean, everybody on there is dry. I mean, this season was good. Don't misunderstand of Beverly Hills, but
Yeah.
they're dry. Outside of Erica Jane, like it is stale.
I think Kyle can be fun. I think this is the first season we've seen her be really like down and out.
Oh yeah,
Uh
Kyle's going through it between her family, her sisters, and then the dismantling of her relationship.
yeah.
Kyle, she ain't have
So
nothing left.
she didn't have anything left. So I mean, I think Sutton has a big personality in a different kind of way, but it's kind of kooky and weird.
I
Um
don't know why that sent me, but okay.
So yeah, I think there's enough personalities, but like Crystal just didn't give much to me. Like she just kind of didn't give much. She tried to get the party started with Anne-Marie a little bit, and she tried to get the party started with Sutton a little bit, but it still didn't read for me. I don't know. She
Well,
was just all right.
peace out to I'm not Anne Marie. Lord bless it. What's her name?
Crystal.
Crystal. Bye
Yeah.
bye, girl.
All right, let's do Potomac. Lots
Bye,
of
Robin
lots
Dixon.
and lots. Robin's gone, and Nneka's gone. Uh
Child, they really gave Nneka all of 10 minutes to say something. She sat on that couch the whole time and ain't say nothing except for a few questions here and there.
my,
And 10 minutes. 10 minutes.
my thing is, what really irritates me about these people is like when they don't show up to the reunion and turn it up. Turn the volume up. That is your way to keep your job. Now, listen, if you
But I think she was
remember,
waiting for her turn to speak.
yeah, she should have jumped in. My thing is, I don't know who has been watching from the beginning, but the first season of Housewives of Potomac was like, it was like, okay, it's fine, sure. When they got to the reunion, they came to play. And the thing about it is, I'm not even a girly that watches reality TV over and over again like that. I want to see the episode one time and want to be gone with it. I watched that reunion like 3 times because I was cackling so hard. And I
I'm
really
gonna have to do
believe
that.
it was the reunion that sealed the deal for them to continue the franchise. So, like, I feel like the people don't show up to the reunion with the intention of like, okay, we fighting for our lives. Especially if you had a lackluster season, you got to come to the reunion with some fire. So like Nneka, she should have came ready to talk. Juan Dixon should have shown up ready to
Child, he ain't
talk.
shown up in years.
But that's my point. Like Robin had a lackluster season.
And
He
did.
should have been, and they don't have the money. We've talked about this before. He's not working right now. This is probably the biggest chunk of income that they have, and any of the income that Robin is making is based on this show. So, like,
Mm-hmm. And all them wells finna dry up.
in my mind,
I hope it don't, but
Juan should have been making a business calculation like maybe we can get her another season if I show up and show out.
but maybe Juan was more so like, you know what, let me keep on not showing up for her and really just being the asshole that I know I can be, so she'll get the picture and leave my ass alone.
Maybe. I just think that if financially, if you are married, I feel like you have to make that calculation, especially with him not working right now. I feel like you got to make that calculation of like, okay, maybe if I show up, then we can like float one more season. until I can get a job.
I thought
Like,
that's what he was doing by even bothering to film these scenes where he went and had they did
girl,
the pasta making class and all the other stuff. I just knew that he was gonna come through for your girl, but no. Y'all know
yeah.
how I feel about that. I went off about this already. We're not gonna do
Yeah,
this again.
we don't have to rehash it. So that's that. Um, Apparently she made a shot at Candace, so we know Candy Ache is
Oh
both
yeah.
pregnant and not coming back. I think we talked about that the last time.
Hmm.
And Robin is trying to make this a shot at Candace, which I don't understand because I'm like, it seems like Candace left on her own accord, and it seems like you, ma'am, were not asked back.
Fired.
So how are you taking a shot when she quit and you were fired?
Cause girl, when I read that, I was like, now bitch, you tried it. You did. You thought you ate with that one, girl.
Right. You thought you ate and you did not. You didn't.
Cause girl, no. Mm-mm.
No.
She was still asked back. Okay. This whole 8 years you've been on this show, you have given us stale Wonder Bread.
Yeah. So, yikes. So obviously we just mentioned it. Candace is expecting, and I'm assured that that's part of the reason why she's not coming back is so that she
Which
can
is
have
a very good
peace.
reason.
Of course, so she can have peace as she goes into this motherhood journey. Now, Candace, I am on record as saying that she is not my favorite. I don't like her. I don't care for her. I don't care for her behavior. However, I think she should get a baby special if she wants one.
Oh, that would be cute.
I think she should
I
get a
feel like
baby.
she would probably be far less insufferable with it's just, her being happy. When she's happy and living her best life, Candy Pants, as Giselle used to call her, is a good time.
Yes. And I will say this too. I think we have witnessed motherhood soften some housewives,
Hmm.
mainly Ashley, because in my opinion, Ashley was equally as vile as Candy Ache
And was.
until she had children. So this really her motherhood journey and her getting I would say her motherhood journey more than getting divorced because she ain't getting divorced from that man. We saw it really like soften her edges and like kind of sand the edges off. So I'd be curious to see Candace come back in like maybe one or two more seasons. And you know what? I like the idea of housewives kind of floating in and out of the universe. Like you don't have to stay
Yeah.
on it and be on it. And I think like a prime example of that is Portia. Like Portia kind of
Yeah.
comes and goes. And if Portia had been on it this whole time, I feel like she probably would have been on the chopping block as well. But because she left, she did her own little special on the side. She can't, and she's now coming back. Like we missed her. We had a chance to miss her. So I'm hoping that like, you know, Candy Ache gets her special. She may even get a tour special. Erica Jane got a Vegas residency special. She could get a little tour
Hmm.
special. Candy Ache bounces back, uh, where she's like planning her tour while she's like nursing and like, you know, on her fitness journey and all the things. And
Hmm.
and then she comes back in 2 or 3 seasons. And we see a genuinely fun, joyful, interesting woman who is not so gross and vile.
Only one could hope. We'll see.
We'll see. I
Sounds
mean,
like
if
wishful thinking.
Ashley Darby could be reformed. Um, Last thing, Dr. Wendy's house apparently was burglarized. This is off of TMZ. I'll have all the links below. Um, was burglarized. So she was on vacation in Jamaica, and apparently her home was burglarized, and they got made off with some like nice bags and the stuff, the things.
Well, damn.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
it is crazy.
My thing is like, how they be finding out where the folks be living at? Folks be, I mean, I understand that stuff is like
I don't think it's that hard.
public domain, right? But still, like, oof, ouch, eek.
And then all you have to do is wait for somebody to start posting from a different location. I don't think it's that hard to do. And it doesn't give me like that they live in like a gated community or anything.
No, but
So
I'm sure she probably will want to do that now.
I'm 100% sure, of course. Um, so we're
So
gonna
somebody
wrap.
was watching them.
Yeah, for sure. So we're gonna tie in a few thoughts about Summer House, Martha's Vineyard, Y'all let us know if y'all want to hear this stuff because you didn't watch our last video about it. So
We sure did not, honey. Y'all was not checking for the Martha's Vineyard
Mm-mm.
kids.
Which is fine. I like them. Oh, I like the show. It's interesting dynamics. Um, any thoughts that you want to share?
So number one on my list is damn Jordan.
Yeah,
Okay.
she's been awful.
Jordan is insufferable.
Yeah.
Last season, it was like her touting it was misogynoir because the men were attracted to her. This season, it's woe is me because I have alopecia and my hair is falling out. And so, because of that, I'm just extra sensitive, but a bitch all the same. And like, girl, go home.
Yeah.
Like, that's really all I got because you don't like people, and that's okay. I don't be
Yeah.
people in either. However,
Mm-mm.
what I'm not finna do is get up on anybody's show. A, for real, I'm not doing that. But
Period.
like B, I'm not gonna be in any type of environment where I'm just gonna be, blowing up bombs on people for no real reason. Like, I am
Here
just
for the check. Here
she
for the check.
listen, what I put no, I was so irritated watching the last two episodes. I put long notes in here.
You did.
And I think I basically said everything. Yeah, like
Yeah.
now I just don't your personal issues do not give you license to treat everybody like shit.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
And so like we don't have to feel sorry for you because you're losing your hair. Don't nobody know that, girl. You got wigs on. Who the hell know that you're losing your hair till you say something?
Well, I think she was upset because who was it? Was it Shanice or Summer that brought it up? I get them confused, honestly.
Nobody. Nobody brought it up. What
No,
happened
no,
was
somebody was
Jordan was
saying like it was while you were going through your issues, and she took that to mean the alopecia.
so basically if you walk in on the end of a conversation and you don't know all that was said, like you jump into conclusions, which is crazy. You should have asked the girl what was said. Even when Summer sat down and told her, I never said
Yeah,
that you have this condition. I just said that I was there and comforting you.
right,
Period.
right.
You could have been having a breakdown about anything because maybe that's what the fuck you've been doing since you gotten onto the show.
Yeah, I agree. Um, so I just had a couple of thoughts. I didn't say this last time, but I thought it was really good that they brought Noelle in, not only just because she's a good time, but because she's
I
an
love her.
AKA.
She's fun.
I thought it was weird that they had all of these men that were in fraternities, but they didn't have any sorority girls last season.
I thought that Jasmine was a sorority girl.
No, Jasmine wait, no, Jordan, I want to say, and Shanice working in the Playboy Club. I didn't get, there were no sorority girl vibes about them to me.
Oh, I missed that.
So I thought it was weird that y'all would like, this is supposed to be the elite blacks, that you would have a elite
And we ain't
black
got no Jack
circle
and Jills. We ain't
with
got no
no,
Divine Nine.
right, with no like Divine Nine sorority girlies in it. I thought that was weird. So I thought she filled a hole in that regard as well. And Nick clocked her immediately from the beginning. So I thought that was
What? Oh
good.
yeah, he's
He
definitely a
did.
frat. Yeah.
He is. So
Definitely Divine Nine. He gives talented 10th though. Let's just be real.
he does. And it's intentional. So Amir is
It's harmless though.
he is. I like Nick. I actually like him. I think he's a good time in a specific kind of way. Like, and I like him
Yeah.
because he is he is a guy that's not afraid to be like accountable and also hold other men
Mm-hmm.
accountable, which we have
Mm-hmm.
seen. Like as soon as the people were like, "Girl, you get a little handsy when you get drunk," and I know those your homegirls, but you get. He was like, excuse
For
me,
real?
I don't remember touching it," and he marched his ass up the stairs and had to find
I
out
know,
about
I'm
it. He
sorry.
was like,
Uh-huh.
don't put that on me. And even last season with Silas and his carrying on, he was kind of like, "Why are you talking to her like that? That's not okay. Like, what's wrong with you?" You know what I mean? So
Hey, so
Nick
you a
is
little
all right by
aggressive.
me.
You no, he
So
was like, you a little controller. You don't think so? Yeah.
yeah. Yeah. Nick is
Yeah.
all right
I
by
like
me.
Nick.
So that was that. So I was watching Watch What Happens Live, and it was Summer and Jasmine on.
Jasmine is the pregnant one.
She's not pregnant anymore, but yes, with the newborn. So
Okay.
one thing I thought was funny was Summer was basically talking about Shanice and was like, as far as her being not well dressed, I believe it was Summer. It was Summer.
Yeah, she's the one that made that comment initially.
About her not being well dressed. She was like, girl, I told you how to get free clothes. It was like, I gave you a template for who to pitch, how to pitch brands, who to pitch, who would give you clothes. You didn't do anything about it, so you came up here looking busted, and that's why you look crazy. I got all my clothes gifted. I mean, I'm exaggerating, of course, but she was kind of like, I got my clothes gifted, and I told you how to do the same. So the fact that you came up here without clothes is your own fault.
Child, Summer is on the low.
She's
Let's
what?
be real. She is on the
Yes,
low.
a little bit.
Because, like, why would you do that? Why would you, again, still talking about your friend? This your friend, right?
Yeah. Well, I think they're beefing now because Shanice was on with Bria the week before, and she was kind of talking slick a little bit about Summer. So Summer was out for vengeance this Watch What Happens Live.
Lord church, the children is not all right.
No, they're not. And I will say this about Jasmine. So she seemed really happy. Silas is still deployed. So Andy was kind of like,
wait a minute. No, ma'am. What you not going to do is speed bump past how you just put that together.
No. I meant what I said, and I'm going to tell you why. So she seems, like Andy was kind of like, well, how's it being a new mom? What's been the adjustment? And she was like, girl, I got help. Like, my mom is around, and like, I have help. I'm at the spa and down hanging out with my friends and stuff. So I don't know what you think it is, but I'm good. And when she mentioned that Silas was still deployed, I was just like,
that's why you're so happy, girl.
But also, okay, little tiny personal tidbit. So y'all know I don't do this much, but when I was very, 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 it's not my business, kind of adjacent to my business. When I was very, 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 very young, my mom had a marriage, and the guy was in the Navy, and we would be having a life, and we would be doing our thing and canoodling, and she and I would be having a life, right? And then he would come back and throw everything off. And this is like a well-known military trope of like, the women are at home, the kids are in a routine, the women and the kids are doing, and they're like having a life. They're enjoying themselves, they have a good time. The man comes off the boat or off of deployment or whatever, and he comes in and wants to be the boss. And it's just like, girl, you're not. We have our routine and we're happy, and you're over here causing mayhem. And it gave me those vibes where like Jasmine is happy right now, but I'm curious to see what's going to happen when he gets off of his deployment.
Girl, all hell finna break loose.
Yeah.
Because Silas is still controlling. I can't imagine that he gonna be reformed when he get back.
So last thought, now that you bring that up, is that apparently she said on Watch What Happens Live that he was horrified by how he looked on camera. He
probably ain't coming back to the show.
I don't think so, but also he was like, he couldn't finish the show because of how terrible he looked. And like also that the women in his life like called and was like, what is wrong with you? Like, what is wrong with you? You were not raised this way. And like really got him together. So maybe he's better. Maybe he's doing better. That. And I thought it was interesting also, like we talked about this in our last episode that nobody watched. Jasmine kind of said, like, either they're on, typically in their lives, they were either on vacation or they were doing everyday life. And this was like a combination of them doing both at the same time, and that they were kind of adjusting. And we saw that adjustment in real time, which is kind of what I had said last time. So But yeah, I don't suspect we're going to see him back on the show, even if he isn't deployed.
No, because he's probably going to be entirely too awkward to be in front of the camera.
Yeah, too aware of himself, and also like maybe for like a weekend, he's gonna pop in like a weekend guest or something. Like, oh, I gotta work, I'm busy, but I'll come up for the weekend and see everybody and party or whatever,
and take his ass on home,
and then go back home.
Girl, all right, who you want to talk about next? While we
That's all
giving
I
this
got.
rundown of it. So okay, the biggest thing that I put in our little outline, we can wrap up our Bravo updates.
Yes.
This house debacle where the house is divided because of bringing other guests. So last season, Bria and Jasmine's best friend got into a physical altercation. The house sided with Bria that homegirl had to go, and so she went. Yes. Period. Full stop. Bria and Shanice had a friend who came in who was a complete dickhead, and again, the house decided he can't stay. His ass gotta go, and so he went. We circle back into this new season, and Shanice and Bria got this bright idea to bring this jackass back that the whole house agreed that he was the problem.
And didn't last a night.
Hello, the difference between him and the girl that you got into like a back and forth with, it was only you and her that had an issue. Everybody just decided that she should go because you all had a physical issue. Didn't mean that they didn't like the girl. So, and nobody else has like vehement feelings about, no, this person cannot be here as it relates to her. Oh boy, yes. Her, no. And so you like, Bria is on 20 trying to convince people that she's hood and she's up. Like Preston clocked it and was like, she's giving me like, you know, all the hood stuff that you see on television, basically. Like the performance is played. Yes.
I'm no Bria fan. I feel she's Bria, I would throw her and Candace in the same category. They give me private school Black girls who behave as white girls. They give very caring energy. I shouldn't say white girls, but they give very caring energy. However, I don't know. I'm kind of siding a little bit with Bria because I wouldn't want to be in the house with nobody I fought with either. The other guy wasn't physical. He was just a jackass and inconsiderate, and he should have been kicked out.
Yeah, but him and Jordan almost got to, if he wasn't so like whatever and drunk, I think they would have been with the fisticuffs.
Yeah, yes, but it didn't. And I think there was actual, like, not that her and Bria like fist fought or anything like that, but it was like a physical like little tussle, and I'm like not sure I would.
Shoving. If that. I don't even think it was that. I don't even think they got that far. I feel like Amir jumped in the middle of it.
Yeah, I think so too. And then come to find out the whole thing was because it ended up being because of Amir putting the dog stuff in the dryer with whatever stuff. But yeah, so I don't know. Like I'm not all the way mad at Bria because I'm kind of like if I felt like I had been physically attacked, I don't know if I would want to be in the house with somebody that I felt like physically attacked me either.
I mean, I hear what you're saying, but at the same token, I feel Jasmine's point of view, which is like she came into this house not knowing if any of these people were going to speak to her. So she wanted to have her own personal ally, and that is her best friend.
Yeah, I don't disagree, but I'm just saying from Bria's perspective, I understand her perspective. And I think what she's saying is valid. And I don't say that often because Bria gets on my nerves. Oh, and I find her to be incredibly inconsiderate most of the time. But yes. I don't think that she's wrong here, is what I'm saying.
But she's wrong most of the time.
This is actually giving a broke clock is right twice a day in my world.
Amen to that. So. All right, y'all. Get down in the comments and let us know what your thoughts are on any of the Bravo shakeups that we talked about. And if you are actually watching Summer House, watch our first video, please. And thank you. Thanks. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.
Bye. Bye.